Hello there, welcome to this episode of Quake It Up. In this one, I'm wanting to talk about the Living Adventurously grant, which is a grant offered by Britain Yearly Meeting. I want to talk about how I applied, why I applied, and what the usefulness of that was to me, and why maybe if you are between the ages of 18 and 35, maybe why you should too. So the grant is called the Living Adventurously grant, and that's obviously a quote coming from the Advices and Queries, which goes like this. Live adventurously. When choices arise, do you take the way that offers the fullest opportunity for the use of your gifts in the service of God and the community? Let your life speak. When decisions have to be made, are you ready to join with others in seeking clearness, asking for God's guidance, and offering counsel to one another? So I think that summarises quite nicely what this grant is for. It's to help you live adventurously, but also to live maybe more spiritually, to help your life speak in a more spiritual way, and helping you use your gifts for the service of God or the divine in a way that maybe you wouldn't be able to because of stupid financial restraints. So it's a couple of years ago now, and I haven't signed up for the Quake newsletter, which basically gives updates of things from Quakers in Britain, and I saw a little notice about a Living Adventurously grant offered to young friends between the ages of 18 to 35, and for quite a while I'd been having the idea or the initial concepts of Quake It Up, and I was thinking, oh yeah, but I'm going to need like a good camera and some good lighting and a microphone and probably a new computer because mine was really old and wouldn't be able to have the video editing software and as well, all this sort of stuff. And I was like, I can't make it work. But neither did I really want to do it half-heartedly as well and just use lots of free stuff and make it not look very good. I wanted to try and make it look as good as I could. And so I applied. So the grant is for young friends in Britain between the ages of 18 and 35. So those are the sort of limitations. So you do have to be either a member of the Religious Society of Friends or a long-term attender. So you don't need to actually be a member, but you can't just be some person that's never been to a Quaker meeting or been to a Quaker meeting once or something like that. And I think you would probably have to be on the island of Great Britain for it to work. I don't think you could be in Northern Ireland because Northern Irish Friends are under the care of Ireland Yearly Meeting, so a different affiliation. So the maximum amount you can ask for is £1,500, and the application process is actually really straightforward. There's a form to fill in, obviously, where you outline what you want to do, the costs that you think you will need, and a bit of background as to who you are as well. The only really extra thing on top of that you need is you need to sort of a reference from a member of the religious society. So they do actually have to be a member, and it can be anyone. I used the clerk of my meeting, who then was also the clerk of my area meeting. So I thought that was probably the best person to put in, but it could be anyone from the meeting as long as they are a member. And then I sent it off. And so there's a committee. Of course, there's a committee for everything that meets, I think, once a month to look at the applications and decide whether or not to go ahead or not. And they meet once a month or so. So depending on when you send your application through and when they meet, I think I must have sent it just as they had after they'd met or something, because it took a couple of weeks for them to get back to me. But then they said yes, happy to go ahead with that, and it was really straightforward. And then I got the money, and I could start getting my stuff, and that was really exciting because I would not have been able to have got all this stuff on my own funds. It would have been really tricky, and I probably would have had to have compromised and got less good stuff, and that would have then I wouldn't have then thought I would have been giving it my best shot. So it really allowed me to start this channel, really, which has been something that I've really enjoyed doing. I've since relaunching, I suppose, since moving into my new house. It's been really good fun. I've enjoyed doing it, and it's been nice starting to talk to people and people starting to regularly watch the videos and comment and things. And I just wouldn't have been able to have done it had it not been for this grant. So if you are between the ages of 18 to 35 and you want to do something that is spirit-led, or something that will enrich in Quaker community or Quakers in Britain or something like that, it's not just a £1,500 and off you go and have a lovely time in Spain or something, then I think you should really apply, because I think it's such an amazing thing to offer, especially for young Quakers. It's a difficult time at the moment, and if you haven't yet got a job, or you're just left school or going to university and stuff, that's a really good way of allowing you to be able to do something to help you on your spiritual journey that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. So I would thoroughly recommend doing it. It's a simple process, and it has allowed, certainly for me, to do something which I think I've been led to do, which I wouldn't be able to have done otherwise. So what I'll do is I'll put the link to the forms and stuff in the description below. If you have any questions about anything else that maybe I haven't mentioned in this video, about maybe some of the practicalities about how to get it to work that I haven't mentioned, then please do get in touch and I'll get back to you. And if there's anything that I've missed out that you want to know, there are other grants available as well for other stuff. So this one is just for something to enrich or nurture Quakers in Britain, but I don't know how every grant offered by Quakers in Britain works, so I wouldn't be able to help you with that one. But if you do have any questions about the Living Adventurously grant, then I'll gladly answer. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, please do click on the thumbs up and the subscribe button to get more videos about Quakerism in the UK today. It really does help, and thanks once again.